So here am I. My name is Dr. Maya Jensen. I'm a life coach. I'm a meditation teacher. I do wonderful, wonderful things with my clients in the Zen Den. And if I have to explain in short what I do, and you know this has changed over the years because it's finding the right words, but I help people to get to understand how they get in the way of their own happiness. You know, you screw yourself up. It really is like that. The good news is, if that's what you do to yourself, you can unscrew as well. Yeah. So it's all in your hands. But what you need in order to go through that process is awareness. And we are not aware of lots of things because what gets in the way is automatic pilot. Now, in order for you to get an understanding of that, I've given you 2 pieces of chocolate. Who still has 2 pieces of chocolate?
Yes.
Hands up who doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one, thank heavens.
Now, what made you eat that first bit of chocolate? What happened there?
Well, that's a nice little sweet.
It was tempting.
It needs to be eaten, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's your automatic response to chocolate is need to be eaten. Chocolate needs to be eaten, yeah? It's there for. Now I'm going to be kind to you guys. You can have another. Because otherwise it's difficult to do. Yeah, so it's a reward for
being naughty.
for not listening or taking your own initiative.
Mine is. I never have chocolate, so when it's there.
But how often do you think? Oh,
I buy the kids ice cream sometimes. So.
Oh yeah.
she made me.
A cat made.
But what this hits, so I'm really grateful for the 3 of you that you just did that, because what that demonstrates straight away. So there is no second thought, is it? That chocolate needs to be here and then it's there, gone within seconds. When we live our life, how often are we finding ourselves in situations when we've been doing things without even thinking about it? Very, very easy example is, most of us will be here by car, hopping in the car, coming here. Most of us will have got here with a sort of an idea like, oh my God, I'm already here. How did I get here? Do you recall all the streets? Do you recall all the little events? No, that's because we do lots of things on automatic pilot, which is brilliant because life is pretty intense, when everything needs to be fully aware, etc. But it gets in the way. It gets in the way of your happiness, where you are doing things without having that awareness or start that you are doing it. Because if you know that you are doing it, if you know it has an impact that's not good for you, you can change it and you can choose a response that is helpful for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's when I say, when you feel screwed, that's how you can unscrew. Anyway, I've given you a piece of chocolate, and I would like to invite you all to eat a piece of chocolate. So there you go, eat your piece of chocolate. You've got my permission. And why did I choose chocolate for this exercise? Chocolate is one of these foods that hardly anyone is neutral towards. You know, when people are on a diet, like, oh, I can't have it, or when people are sort of want some comfort, they want chocolate, it's a present, it's handed over as something to celebrate. You know, there's a lot around chocolate. And it's not for nothing, because when we eat chocolate, so for all of you at this moment in time, something's happening in your brain. There is a happy hormone being produced. It's making you feel physically and mentally happier when you eat chocolate. So hey, why wouldn't you eat chocolate? When you are stressed, you need, in order for that quick fight and flight response, you need sugar, or you need energy that's really quickly released. That's sugar and fat. What is in chocolate? Sugar and fat. So lots of people who are stressed will grab Do you recognize that? Yeah. So that is a functionality. You need that energy chocolate gives it to you. And then there's something else about chocolate. When we were little babies, we all had milk. Now some had a loving parent and a breast to latch on to. Others were just being held and got some warm or cold milk or whatever it was. But as a baby, there is still a connection with the sweetness and the silkiness and the softness and that taste of milk that is very similar to the taste of chocolate. So the moment you eat chocolate, you're actually reversing back to being a baby and being in a safe space. And you might not be aware of that, but that's one of the big attractions of chocolate. So that's why most people have sort of a strong or an outspoken relationship with chocolate. Now, can you write down, most of you have a pen at, just quickly write down what you experienced earlier when you ate your piece of chocolate. Just 3 words most, not an essay. If you want to write an essay, do it later and email it to me. And I'll give you some feedback on that. Are we done? Done? Everybody done? 3 words? Yeah. Okay. Now, this was your experience of your first piece of chocolate. I am going to take you through a different experience. Yeah? And I would like you to eye up that piece of chocolate in front of you. I would like you to look at it.
We've got to give it the eye.
Give it the eye. Look at it. It's your piece of chocolate. Can you see? Hey! You can have more later. Okay? So look at it. Look at the color. Look at the shape. Look how light is reflecting on it. Look at all these different tints, these different types of brown that is there. Yeah? So really take it all in. It's your bit of chocolate. Then take it in between your fingers. Like this. Now close your eyes and really feel how that chocolate is in touch with the skin of your fingers. Yeah? Really have that awareness. And then put it on the palm of your hands. Close your eyes again and feel the weight. Feel how it is resting on the palm of your hand. It might be just a gram or 2 grams. Just notice it. With your eyes closed, in a tick, I want you to bring it to your nose and smell it. And observe the sensations, observe what is happening. So you observe the smell. There might be a physical reaction. Your mind might come up with ideas. Whatever it is. And then pick it up, stick it on your tongue and close your mouth. So do nothing else but have it in your mouth, resting in your mouth. Close your eyes. And again, observe what is going on. It starts to melt. There is this urge to bite it. There's this message from your brain that is saying, eat it, eat it. And you're not allowed, so you're resisting. So you can observe that little battle that's going on. And there's saliva. There's a lot going on. Now gently start to play a little bit with your chocolate. Just very gently. And again, observe all the sensations, the physical sensations, the mental urge to do things. And then just eat it and swallow it in whatever way you want it. When you're done, just open your eyes, pick up your pen, and write down a few words about this experience. Who had a different experience the second time? And what was it?
What was the difference?
Yeah.
Well, the first time I was quite anxious. It was kind of, oh, I've eaten that. When do I get some more? Whereas the second time was much. It was like, oh, I've had enough now. Even though it was just like a small piece, there was a sense of being satisfied, which is quite strange.
So the first time when you were eating it, you were just gobbling it down, I guess, and then immediately there was a sense of I don't have enough. I want more. I want more. Where when you paid attention to it, the experience became richer, and therefore you actually had enough.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Did someone else have a similar experience?
12.
Okay, now we're nearly there. Yeah, so that's good. Did someone else have a similar experience?
I just found the enjoyment of it actually was. I actually really appreciated having more enjoyment for longer. Does that make sense? I actually enjoyed being in that moment of enjoyment.
And I had strength in my second list, just the strength of not. Strength, just my strength, not gobbling it down. I felt quite strong.
Yeah.
Restrained.
So as you were inviting the control, you were resisting your automatic response, and it was quite a good feeling. Yeah.
I found I'd had enough. I didn't want to eat the second one.
Well, you had one to
But
start
you'd
with.
already
Our whole experiment was out of the window.
We're watching who's got what.
I tend to let chocolate melt anyway, so my first one was letting it melt. But the second one, when you slowed it right down, felt more luxurious.
Yes.
There was a warmth, there was a depth, there was all of that. That even though I had let the first one melt anyway, it was different.
Yeah. So what do you think was the difference? Because maybe it wasn't the time, because you did do the melting.
I think we were drawn right into chocolate and this, and there was, you know,
And
the
there was
noise in the
enough.
street had gone, you were just there and feeling that. I was going, oh my gosh, she's going to do more and it's going to all run out.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely that you say that, because this is what I do in the coaching. Yeah. When you focus in, when you zoom in onto a situation, you all of a sudden have this ability to see way more around it, because all of a sudden, instead of inviting all the stuff around it in there as well, when you zoom in, it becomes way clear what actually is going on there. Yeah. Did someone the second time didn't like their chocolate?
I find it a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
A sense of kind of, is it gonna, I just want to give it a bit of a chew rather than just let it melt.
Yeah, and that is your hardwired system. Your automatic response is, this is how I do it. And I can't do it, and I resist, because change is not what we welcome. We like to have things the same way. Yeah?
Yeah, so the second time it was almost too much.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Yeah. What happens is when you really take in all the elements. You engage your sense of smell. It's your piece of chocolate by looking at it, and you almost get an attachment to it. I mean, it sounds a bit over the top, but that is what happens. Your piece of chocolate, and then are you gonna eat it? For instance, it's a bit sort of like, oh, am I going to sort of, be disrespectful of our relationship because I like you and I'm going to eat you? Those sort of fake things. But the sense of smell then sort of brings out everything that it has to offer smell-wise, which you might not have done the first time. So all of a sudden, there are way more elements that you are aware of. So there might be cinnamon in there might be a hint of ginger, there might be a type of sugar that actually you don't like. People who did this exercise could say the second time, oh, there was something in that chocolate I absolutely did not like. But the first time I had no idea. It was just in me before I could realize it. And that's the same thing. There is so much going on that you don't notice if you don't pay the attention. However, if you pay attention, all of these very simple experiences and very simple situations have a lot of richness and a lot of depth to them. So really, that was the message I wanted to get across to you, ladies. Yeah, if there is something going on, and I think we talked about baby steps, which I do in my coaching and also with my decluttering. Baby steps are actually getting a little element of your life, dissecting it, and making major discoveries. And it's easy to do that because you look at that little thing. If you look at this, if you look at a big pile of chocolate and you want to discover what that is about and what it does to you, it doesn't work. Because then you gobble it all in, and you're bloated, and you're nausea, and you're throwing it all up, and you don't know anything more than, where if you take that little piece, and you really look at that little piece, you will be open for lots of valuable discoveries. And knowledge gives you the power, because if you make decisions, and you're not quite aware of where that brings you, you can't make changes. If you're aware where that it brings you, you can make different choices. That's all what it is. I think the next time I do this talk, the title will be Chocolate, Screw It or Unscrew It.
Ah, yes. Twirl it or untwirl it.
Twirl it.